The world needs ways to reduce carbon emissions.
We're working on solutions in our own operations.
Like carbon capture.
And clean energy from hydrogen.
So, who are we?
Believe it or not, ExxonMobil. And our solutions could help businesses in manufacturing,
commercial transportation,
And power generation, too.
heavy industry with low emissions. Let's deliver.
Learn more at ExxonMobil.com.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Pastimes Podcast. Each week we go through an old newspaper from a random date in history picked out by Dave Anthony. I'm Gareth Reynolds, and I've never seen it before, and neither is our guest this week, Sarah Tiana. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, good to see you.
Thank you for joining us. This is your second time, right?
I think so. I think I did it really early on, right?
Dollop guest, yeah. Pastimes guest, you're back. You know the deal. It's exciting. We should have people follow you on social media. You are at your name, which is Sarah with a H, Tiana.
With a Tiana.
Like Tiara, but with an N.
Very funny. Also, if you enjoy sports, you follow Sarah.
I do a lot of Major League Baseball work. I'm currently also, I know you're in Massachusetts, Dave. Sexy Dave, Gareth.
Thank you.
I know that you're in Massachusetts, but I've been really reading a lot about the Karen Reed trial. So while you're up there, just make sure that you take a gander.
I don't know anything about it. Should I do that in my set tonight? Bring that up?
You should definitely bring it up because it is divided the country. But it's 90-10, but the 10 are so loud and obnoxious thinking that she's guilty. So it's very fascinating. She was set up by all these cops, they think to say that she somehow murdered her boyfriend, but they didn't even do an investigation. And
I hate to be this guy, jump into the 10 pool right away, but I always kind of take the guy's side in these sort of things. Is that crazy? It feels like cops are always, is he a white man?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, cops are always kind of out to get. Yeah, so I should have. That was strange. You would have told me if he wasn't a white man. Well, no, I'll bring that up. I'll divide the room. I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
All right, Sarah. Listen, the stakes are high. Do you know that? Oh, go ahead.
Also, people should check out Sarah's special.
Oh, yeah,
it's very funny.
Yes,
thank you.
Sarah's got a great special.
Yeah,
yes.
It's called 44.
And also,
it's on YouTube. It's fun.
And Sarah, do you know we changed the format? This is a prize show now, so the one of us will win and we get $50,000. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Okay, just no pressure. Enjoy the show, but at the end, a panel of judges jump in. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we now guess what year the paper might be from. That might be new to you. So, it could be 1600. It won't be. Could be 1700. It probably won't be. 1819 is what Dave favors. I'm going to guess and go first because, again, men are under fire in this country. I'm going to guess that this paper is from 1951. And Sarah, please have a guess yourself.
I'm going to guess that it's from Bridgerton. Lady Whistledown is now. I'm gonna say 1843.
Great guess.
Oh, Sarah was much closer. It is 1916.
Much closer.
I don't
much
think
closer.
It's again. It always
much
feels
closer.
Like
1915.
1916.
Okay.
Gareth guessed 1951, so much further off.
Is this World War I time?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's.
Oh, so there was a first one.
We were back-to-back champs, actually.
That's goddamn right. Nice try, Germany.
Yeah.
Coming at us twice.
And then we lost some small tournaments after that.
But now we're on a run of Crush Fest. Okay. All right. Where are we going, Dave?
We are in Tarpon Springs, Florida.
Oh,
Tarpon Springs.
Never heard of it.
Is a tarpon one of those things that comes out of a horn that comes out of your, like an animal?
Like a tusk?
A tusk.
Like, is that
not a manatee? I was thinking a manatee, but I know that's not what. Like a narwhal, like the narwhal.
Yeah,
I know what you
kidding me. Dave and I actually own a pair of narwhals.
Yeah,
We sponsor them. One's Dave, one's Sexy Dave.
A tarpon is a type of fish.
Okay.
Oh.
So this is, it's Florida. It's surrounded by water.
So I was close.
Sure. I'm excited to see. I don't know about that. Excited to see how Florida was back then. See if we're getting some stuff.
Great.
Because my guess is Florida is getting crazier every year. So back then they'll just be like, man jog.
Well, let's see. This is just north of Tampa. That's where Tarpon Springs is. Okay. And this is Thursday, June 29th. 2 men killed in shooting at surprise party.
Oh,
surprise.
So
wow.
It's Florida. It's still Florida.
So
Always
good.
been Florida.
Well, this could go one of two ways.
Yeah.
This is either the guy getting surprised lost his mind and thought it was under attack, or the people were like, he's really hard to shock.
2 men are dead. Frank Osborne, manager of the Skinner Farm, and Pent Curl, employee of the Skinner Farm.
Sorry?
Pent Curl.
Sure.
Wow,
His parents just gave up halfway through naming him. They just didn't care.
A pent curl is the tusk that comes out of a narwhal, I'm pretty
That's right.
sure.
That's right.
I'm sorry. I got to jump in. I feel like Sarah is labeling most things as a tusk.
No, she's right.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
A pent curl.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure a pent curl is that.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Wow, so they both work for the same company and they both got shot. This is already suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
You've been watching
It's like Target.
too much Karen Reed.
I know. I do read.
Yeah.
I do listen to a lot of Dateline, but when there's a connection,
I have that. I have a lady that lives in my house that does the same, and so there's a lot of. Can you believe? And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
well, women like
I
true
don't want
crime.
to get too deep.
We don't love murder. We just like planning things. So it's really nice to watch people be bad at planning. It's like very rewarding.
I see that would have stood up until Snapped. Once Snapped came out, everyone was like, "Wait, what?" Every woman is capable.
I mean, sometimes you just.
Now, you said listen. You said listen to Dateline.
Yeah, I listen to it in the car, like on the pod. They have a podcast. You're not the only podcast, Garrett. Like when I'm out of Pastimes or Dollops, then I.
Who was our last guest on the Pastimes?
It was Pent Curl.
You're damn right it was. R.I.P.
I have no idea. My mom could tell me. She listens to everyone, and she has you guys booked.
That's right.
And I keep telling her I'm going to get it autographed, and then I'm like, but then I would have to see them in person.
Well, they say that enjoying what we do skips a generation. The female baldness.
Your son's going to love it.
Oh boy, get ready.
Pent Curl was instantly killed by a chance shot, while Osborne died early this morning after lingering a half dozen hours with 4 bullet wounds.
4?
Okay. 4.
That's intentional. This wasn't an accident.
How? That's not an accident. 4 bullets?
4.
Come on.
Could be a huge whoopsie.
Yeah. Whoopsie,
I'll
whoopsie,
shoot
whoopsie,
the first
whoopsie.
one out of him. Now I'll shoot that missed one out of him too.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Poor Skinner Farms is really understaffed. This is more of like
really
is more of a want ad for Skinner Farms.
Yeah. Which leads us to the job openings.
Man.
Osborne's wife and children were visiting relatives at Blanton. Friends arranged a surprise party for last night. The guests included 4 auto loads from Tarpon Springs.
4 auto loads?
What are
So 4 full cars.
full
Gareth.
What?
4 full cars of bros, I'm assuming.
You're wrong too.
4 carfuls.
Among the latter was Cooper. Cooper is the shooter.
Always.
Oh, Constable J.W. Cooper.
Not just a high school student.
Yeah,
No.
Sounds like it.
Toward 10 o'clock, Cooper and several others were beating on tin pans and buckets when Osborne requested
Christ.
less noise.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm going to paint a picture now. So there's a cop who's shit-faced, and he's banging on pans, and the neighbor's like, hey, man, can you not do that? I'm sleeping.
Is that why it's called the panhandle? Dave, answer quickly.
No,
I
it's
need you to
called the
apologize.
Panhandle
I'm not
because
apologizing.
people have to beg for money there. Mostly from California. As we subsidize their economy.
Yes, she's right. She's totally right.
All right. So a cop is banging on pots and pans, and his neighbor kindly says, "Hello."
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, could you stop?
That's
Little
the worst
attention.
thing that can happen.
Little attention was paid to Osborne's request, and he became emphatic in demanding better order. Cooper seemed to take the host's words as applying particularly to himself and began haranguing Osborne.
Okay.
Hot words were passed.
Yeah.
Hot words.
Sex.
That is really a phrase we should bring back.
Hot words.
Yeah.
Hot words.
Hot words.
Yeah.
That could be a podcast.
That is like
Yeah, hot
something
words.
that
Do we want to take on a third? Sarah, do you want to join us for our new podcast called Hot Words? Your mom's going to love it.
Yes, I'll be there. I'll be the third guest.
Checking all your mom's boxes.
As
Yeah.
usual. Now, hot words, that's just like a kind way of saying bad words.
Well, just
I think so,
heated
yeah.
exchange.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Hot words are what comes out of the horn of a narwhal.
Sarah, are you sponsored by Big Narwhal? What's going on?
I don't
over
even know
there?
if a narwhal is a real animal. I just know.
It's real.
Okay.
Oh, it's real.
It's a whale.
And by the way, delicious.
So good.
Okay.
And they come with their own little stick, so you can eat it on a stick.
No, there's Narwhal burgers. You ever been there? That
Yep.
place is great.
Talking about
the
hot
best.
words. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Osborne struck Cooper a blow, which knocked him over against the wall. As Cooper recovered his feet, both men drew revolvers and began firing. Okay, so they went straight for the
Escalated.
guns.
Oh,
quick.
There
so it
was
became a duel.
one punch.
Yeah.
One punch and then just shooting.
Okay.
I'm
There was
100% on the Pent Curl team. On the, if someone's just banging on a pot, you're like, hey,
Yeah. No,
Why?
there's you should be able to shoot people banging on pots and pans at night.
Yeah.
we rarely align, Dave, but here we are.
Yeah. There was a wild skirmish for safety on the part of the guests, one of the women having a little baby in her arms. Okay.
Oh my
Well,
God.
that's,
Oh my
but this is classic
goodness,
Florida. at this point.
Tarpon.
Yeah, come on, Tarpon.
Jeez.
Jesus.
I mean,
At
why is there a little baby at a party
At
at
10
night?
p.m.
But-
Florida.
Yeah.
When there's a cop
Florida.
around.
Yeah, Florida.
Florida
Yeah.
banging a pot.
The lights went out at the first shots, adding to the hullabaloo.
I didn't know that actually happened, so it clued out.
Hot,
I think someone hit the lights, right?
Hullabaloo,
Someone turned off
that's
the lights.
also
By the way,
hot word.
is someone assuming that's time for the surprise? Is it a surprise party? No,
It
we
is a
just
surprise party, yeah.
So someone was like, places right after shots were fired. Get ready.
I think that's him. I think that's him.
I think he's shooting.
He loves an entrance.
Why would you?
He loves an entrance.
Yeah, why would you kill the lights right now? I guess to be like, stop them shooting each
Oh,
other.
I
guess so,
thought
yeah.
that they shot the lights out on accident.
Oh.
They turned them off.
I think they turned him off because
I like
it says
I like that guy's like ambiance. Let's someone put on some tunes.
or maybe he accidentally shot like whatever the fuse box or whatever and put
That's-
it out. But
okay.
they went out.
Okay.
Osborne dropped on the second round of shots, but continued firing until his weapon was empty. Curl, evidently fleeing the scene, was struck by a stray bullet behind the ear, and he fell headlong through the doorway, dead.
Oh,
So
But poor Pent was just running.
and he got.
yeah.
Did he bleed out from an ear?
No, he got
It
shot
went
through
behind,
that.
behind the
Okay.
ear.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your ears
Okay.
attached to your head, Gareth.
Yeah.
Not always. Not always.
Well, it's
No,
kind of an always.
Not always.
Have you ever?
not
no,
if
it's
you
not.
fight
I've
Mike
seen a bunch
Tyson,
of
it's not.
bingo, and I've seen a bunch of mice with ears on their back. Explain those.
Okay, no, you're right. I've seen a guy with an ear on his leg
Yeah. See.
as they grew it back.
Yeah.
You never
yeah.
heard of that? If they want to grow back an ear, they'll put it on your leg for like 9 months, and it
Ooh.
look, science is bad.
By the way, have you? Well, did you hear about the guy who had the penis reattachment? And I'm not kidding. This is not fucking bullshit.
No.
This guy, they grew it on his elbow.
Ah.
COVID hit. and he couldn't get. He was in the UK and he couldn't get in to get it removed. So I swear to God, so they kept it on there for like an extra year. He finally goes in. His penis literally dropped off. I think about this all the time. His penis dropped off, and then they put it on his ear. They left it there too long. Eventually he has the surgery. They put it on. It's like, I think he has to use a pump to get it hard. Whatever. Story hits the internet and everything, and then I think it was like Kate Beckinsale was like, you know, what a great story or something like that. And he immediately was like, "Can I buy you dinner?" And I was like, Jesus, dude. She's like supporting your dick elbow. And he's like, "May we test it out?"
A back, baby.
Yeah, back right away.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Gareth.
That's right.
I mean, I don't know. I guess he thought he'd like karma owed him.
And she did date Pete Davidson, so
Yeah.
she could go for a guy with a
Dick
on his
elbow. Yeah, he probably has a tattoo of a dick on his elbow. Yeah.
He's friend of show, so let's keep it in line.
Yes, of course.
Come on, friend of
Yes,
show.
of course.
One of Osborne's shots struck Cooper's watch, glanced along its face, and penetrated over the point of the hip, making only a superficial wound.
Wow. This is like taking everything that I thought happened in the Old West in one story.
Mm-hmm.
It's really crazy, yeah.
Lights
it
out,
really is.
hitting watches, banging, like magic bulleting around, pot banging.
Stranger getting hit, running away.
Yeah.
When both
Cooper.
guns were emptied, the combatants were parted and surgeons summoned. Doctors Alba and Vinson responded from this city. On their arrival, they found Osborne fatally wounded, one shot having severed the spinal cord, causing paralysis. 3 bullets were bunched in the lower left chest, 2 passing through the body. Osborne never rallied from the shock and loss of blood, but died after 4 o'clock. Cooper's wound was dressed, and he was taken to Clearwater.
Where he's the mayor. Rallied is a great way to say he didn't rally.
He did, yeah. He never woke up. I assume that's
quitter.
what they're saying.
Yeah.
So
His hat was turned the wrong direction.
Yeah, he didn't get his hat inside out at the right time. Otherwise, he might have pulled through.
I mean, it's also those guns back in 1916 were not quite as accurate. You probably
no, they weren't at all.
They were, super sketchy, but still, that's pretty accurate if 3 of them hit
Right?
Cooper,
in the same area.
Yeah. No, that's what you want if you're trying to kill someone, which he was.
Yeah.
You know.
So I'm hoping the cop went to jail, or is Karen Reed also on trial for what he did? Bring it up.
Karen Reed is currently in custody.
I wish we knew. We don't know.
We don't know what happened to Cooper?
We don't know what happened to
because
Cooper.
it's like
Cooper,
this is the day. So, but he wasn't arrested or anything?
They doesn't even say if he was arrested or not. It's just like, that's it. Shootout.
A duel.
It's definitely one of the things that is problematic about this podcast is you get heavily invested.
Yeah.
But again, we're not here to talk about Cooper's whole life. This is just a day in whatever Tarpon.
Yes.
A day in the life of Cooper is what it was.
Cooper is now governor of Texas.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Remember when Zell Miller challenged someone to a duel? The governor of Georgia?
Yeah.
I remember.
And everyone was like, and everyone was like, dude, what? He was like, let's do it. And everyone's like, we moved past, like, we don't agree on much, but moving past that, we did sign together.
But now I'm like, honestly, I'd like for some of these things to be settled that way.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, when you actually find out the rules of duels, too, they're so weird. Mm-hmm. Like,
they are.
It would be, I would be so into it. It sounds like a way, at this point, I mean, it's like, well, what are we holding on? Like, we saw the debate.
I have a duel scenario.
What are we holding on to?
I have a duel, McConnell versus Biden.
Oh, my God.
Whoever draws first wins, but it'll probably take an hour.
Well, wait, instead of draws a gun, how about draws a clock?
Yes.
Quick draw. As they're both just sitting down on their hands and knees, like,
Yep.
how did this go again?
Mm-hmm.
I've forgotten what a clock looks like.
Oh, we're doomed. Well,
we are doomed.
not as doomed as Hank Curl and Osborne.
No.
True.
Was it Osborne?
True.
Is that right?
Yeah,
God,
Osborne.
all of these sound like Spider-Man movies. But okay, this is
With a little luck.
yeah. Man.
Wind takes pastor's tie.
Wait, this
Wow,
is
what?
the headline.
What?
Now
Yeah.
we're
That is
starting
the
to
second.
feel like some small town news. This is some.
It
This is
is.
literally the next story. It's like right next to it.
man,
The shooting.
It's
yeah.
really quite a follow-up.
Which one gets the
Yeah.
premier headline space?
They're both really fascinating.
Well, sometimes you need to cleanse your palate after you've heard
Yeah,
about
well, we
two
are.
people
Yeah.
murdered at a surprise party. And no
yeah.
other news about the surprise party. Like,
No.
did it?
He was surprised. He was shocked. I mean, I guarantee you he was kind of like, I mean, my birthday was kind of ruined.
I mean, if it was a woman's birthday, for sure. She's like, you guys.
I couldn't say it. But
Yeah.
yes.
You can't say it. I know.
I feel like we lost focus on what tonight was about.
It's not about you, okay? It's about
Two men are dead.
me.
Stop it.
And the woman holding my baby.
Well, should we still? How long until we can do the cake?
I know. Can we blow the candles out even though we've blown two people to pieces? Which one takes precedent?
So this story is out of Omaha. Because the wind swept his small white linen tie from its place at his throat, a mishap that was not discovered until he entered the First Methodist Church here.
But wait,
The Reverend-
hold on. It's not called a tie. Isn't it called? What is it called? That's not called like a little white tie, isn't it? Is
White
it called
linen
something
tie, an
else?
ascot, you mean? Like
No, but like, are they talking about the little priest white spot?
the collar?
Yeah, that's
I
the
don't
thing.
think-
No.
I don't think so. I don't. This isn't a priest. This is a.
Linen?
Did I make that up?
You
yeah,
said
this isn't a priest.
Your
Oh, I
mother
thought-
makes little
I thought you-
cat ties, doesn't she?
cat bandana.
She made Jose a cat
Mhm,
bandana.
cat bandanas and
Sure.
dog bow ties. She doesn't make them anymore,
That's
but
cool.
I still have a ton
She
of them in
retired?
my garage. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
She's
Dave, get over
72.
there.
yeah. We need the bandana.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'll send you some. Wait,
Yeah.
I thought you said when. Oh, you just said when sweeps tie away.
Yeah, wind swept his small
Okay.
white linen tie.
Ah,
Okay.
I thought I heard priest too, so that's why I was like, all right,
Okay,
all right.
Oh,
No priest,
pastor.
pastor. Oh, pastor's
Pastor.
tie. Okay.
right.
right.
Difference.
The Reverend J.F. Boyce of Lincoln delayed the service for nearly half an hour until a messenger could be hurried to his room to obtain another tie.
Diva pastor.
The lapse of time was covered by the organist.
Oh, Christ. The organist vamping? You're like, what's going on?
What a night. The organist is like, I finally get to jam.
Yeah.
I
Now
always-
take me out to the ball game
I always
again.
feel like that at ballparks where like the organist is like, maybe I'll play my own stuff.
Oh, my God.
Original. Like, and everyone's like, no, we just want to hear the Game of Thrones theme. But he's written something.
What are you playing? It's called Cut So Deep. It's off my first organist album.
Wait, so the priest couldn't go in, or the pastor could not go in and deliver a sermon until
wouldn't
he
go
had
on,
a
yeah.
tie,
Yeah, he wouldn't do it.
and he blamed
Yeah,
it
he's
on
a
the
diva.
wind.
Yeah, he did blame it on the wind, but he clearly just forgot his tie,
Right?
didn't he?
This song's called Blame It on the Wind.
Because I here's the thing I know about ties. They go around your neck.
Yeah, and
That is actually very
it
true.
must not have been tied.
Yes, he was probably like getting
Like
ready
a loose,
to tie it.
like a loop, like he's wearing it like a scarf, and he's like,
Yep.
Like a scarf.
"Is it a summer day? It's June, right? So it's a warm
Yeah.
day." And he's like, "I'll just
Yep.
fasten it when I get inside the church." And
Yep.
then here comes the wind. But why?
Lesson learned.
Why is it Omaha? You said,
They just found they thought this was such a good story, national story, that they put it on the front page next to the town shooting.
It was a big deal. It was a big deal back then. This was huge.
I mean,
Tie news was pretty huge.
tie.
Yeah,
Wow.
1910.
The next,
Well, this is the Omaha Times.
yes. Yes, the next
Gareth?
story will be about a rape. Like it just goes like, like palate cleanser, like horrible thing, palate cleanser, rape,
Cat missing.
watermelon festival.
Jesus. Yeah.
Oh, I guess the world's not so bad.
Oh, get ready.
Just a couple of outliers.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wow. All right.
Well, this next story is from England.
Geez, World Report. Yeah. Okay.
Pain restores speech and hearing to soldier.
Pain's a man.
Pain? P-A-Y-N-E?
P-A-I-N. Pain.
Pain restores speech and hearing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Private Atkin of the Durham Light Infantry, who has been deaf and dumb since the Battle of Luz.
I feel you.
Jesus Christ. The Battle of Luz, they should have seen that coming. They're like, we're down a lot of men.
Yeah. Deaf and dumb was my nickname in high school.
Deaf and dumb, like back when they were just casually like, he's deaf and dumb. And they were like, don't say that about him. He's like, he can't hear.
Yeah.
Whose feelings are we shielding here?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God.
Luz has recovered his lost. Aitken has recovered his lost faculties as the result of an operation for appendicitis.
Wait.
So they are suggesting that after a painful operation,
correct.
Now he's back.
He's back, baby.
Oh, so he was probably just like autistic.
I mean,
you know what I mean? Like just like a nonverbal autistic person,
but then why after
they're like, we won't numb him up,
appendectomy?
and then he's like,
that's close, but he probably had what did they call it back then? It's like
stupid
PTSD,
appendix.
They called it
go ahead.
Called it shell
Don
shock.
Morgan.
He was probably shell shocked.
Oh, so he wasn't quote unquote deaf and dumb his whole life. He was just deaf and dumb after the war, and then he gets appendicitis and he's cured.
None of this makes sense.
Okay. The pain was so great, he says, that the effort to cry out restored his speech. And at the same time, something seemed to burst in his head and his hearing returned. He was shell-shocked.
Yeah. He was shell-shocked from the war. Yeah.
I think he was faking it. Go ahead. We all have theories.
So, this needs to be returned to because maybe removing people's appendix will solve PTSD.
We should take Biden's appendix out and see what happens. That's the move.
Yes, that's what we should take out. Yes.
Remove Trump's tongue and Biden's appendix.
Yes. That'll show us. And shell-shocked was what they called PTSD, but like...
Yeah, basically. But they were like really...
Yeah.
I mean, they were really a mess because they were just living through a horror.
Yeah. Violent. Yeah. And a lot of them went into the war way early, just like escape, like at 16. Like they would lie about... Yeah. So like seeing that much trauma.
That's the craziest thing.
And then if you ran, I believe if you ran, like they your own army killed you. Like if you, right? Like if you fled the scene or what was it? Like,
AWOL.
Yeah.
But they should call it
not to be confused with a narwhal.
They really should call it fleeing the scene.
Yes.
Fleeing the scene of your army.
Fleeing scene.
He fled the scene.
I mean, it is a crime, right? Sometimes.
How dare you?
Yeah. I mean, goodness. I mean, I've met so many people with PTSD. And, interestingly enough, a lot of the people now with PTSD have it because they didn't see anything. They didn't see any fighting. They didn't get to shoot a weapon. And like everyone keeps calling them a hero for being overseas. And they're like, but I didn't do anything. And then they go crazy because, crazy. Wow. They get, traumatized because they feel like they didn't do anything to earn the status of hero. It's very interesting to me that like the people in World War I saw like some of the most insane, horrifying thing, like
Yeah.
I'm working on this show for the Olympics right now, and this guy, the last Olympics was in Paris and like 100 years ago. This one's in Paris, and the last time it was in Paris was 100 years ago. And like this guy that survived the Titanic was in those Olympics. And when he got rescued out of the water, they were going to amputate his legs in the boat. In the rescue boat.
What?
Yeah.
With
like
what?
that.
Exactly. Like there were just like people there, like on the rescue ship, like,
Oh my God.
And he was like, no, just give me a second. And then like when the blood returned to his body, he was able to walk around, but they were just going to like cut his legs off.
The rescue boat.
Yeah. And then he ended
There's some guy in the boat
Yes.
who's just been wanting to cut people's legs off forever. And he's like,
We should do it now.
And then he ended up winning like 2 gold medals in swimming. I'm like, why would you go back in the water? But it's just so fascinating. But I'm like, like people were obviously like chopping off limbs and stuff in those wars because like they didn't have any other idea of like medicine. So like not only seeing your patriots, your friends killed by the enemy, you're seeing them like butchered by surgeons. They're supposed to be.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Send me back to the battlefield.
Yeah. So of course he was like, I'm not going to talk and I don't hear anything because I'm so traumatized. And then he gets appendicitis and then he's like, I'm awake.
I'm good.
I got a lot of stuff to talk about. Oh, Jesus, now we would shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I like that now they're holding the Olympics and all the people are shitting in the.
We're obsessed with the fact that they're doing the river shit, Sarah.
I don't know why the mayor of Paris said he was going to swim in it. Like, that's just like
crazy.
And the president.
Oh, Macron said he was going to do that.
Yeah, Macron also said that he was going to. Yeah, they were both. I don't think he landed on a date, but the mayor, I think they said
they moved it.
Yeah, it was like the bowel movement.
Oh, they did?
No, they moved the date. They had to move it because then as soon as they announced, they said it was going to be like June 23rd or something.
Well, and now there's like
then everyone went and put in the river.
Well, no, now there's like an app where it's like you can track, or a website where you can track when your poop will get to when they're swimming. Like they're like, you should poop tomorrow at 2:35. That is the best time to get the shit their way. No, we poop.
Boop, boop. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, I don't think
awesome,
but like, I don't think there's any events unless they're doing rowing in there.
There is.
No, they're doing poo row.
The
poo row is going to be held in the Seine.
The Parade of Nations is going to be on the Seine instead of it's the first time it won't be in a Coliseum or like in an arena.
I love the path the French are on.
Yeah, all of the countries are going to be on boats going down the Seine. So, certain countries will be like, this smells normal to us, but other countries will be, they might be a little deaf and dumb after.
Yeah. That will be the greatest.
Surely Canadians will be like, we have never smelled anything like this in our lives.
Yeah. And America will be like, good to be home.
Yeah.
Nice to be home.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing this.
Yeah. I mean, at least people who've ever lived next to a paper mill. Like,
oh God,
yes. People in St. Louis will be like, yay.
All right.
No, it says there's actually swimming events in the river.
Oh,
that's their plan. Yeah. No, their plan is to have them swim. That's why they're doing it to be like, see, athletes, it's fine. And then everyone's like,
I mean,
it's the best.
Goggles and a snorkel. I don't know, man. That's. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm so into it.
I wonder, there must be the shorter swimming events like the modern pentathlon or something.
Or a triathlon.
Yeah, triathlon, I could do it. The modern pentathlon is my favorite event in the whole world because they have to.
It's the best.
They have to ride a horse they've never met.
Are you kidding?
No, that's like part of the race. Yeah. They have to
a strange horse.
They have to ride a strange
They're doing
horse.
Strange horse shit?
20 minutes to bond with a horse that they've never met. And then they have to ride it.
That is that should be its own event.
Thank you.
That should be its own event. Like all right, after 20 minutes, like Westminster it. Just be like, we will see who gets along best with their pony.
Yeah. I mean, it's so fascinating. And like, apparently they the Olympics always tries to get horses that are chill. You know, they're not like Mustangs from the
my
Wild
God.
West or
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
but
yeah.
like,
Lucy
You should
and
have to-
Buttons seem to have the best bond. They'll be placed in gold.
But that's it. You should have to break in a horse.
yeah, dude.
And then ride it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And they also, you know, like they also have to do the run, and then they do a swim, and then they do a fencing, and then they have to shoot like a
crazy.
laser gun. But up until like 25
It
years
sounds
ago,
like-
they shot real guns, like
This is
in a track and field state.
I did not.
That's-
What you've just said has made me more excited for the Olympics than anything I've ever. I did not know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
My other
That's good.
favorite event that I desperately want them to bring back was called the plunge. It was something that they did in Lake Placid. They only did it for 1 year, I think in like the 30s or maybe 1916 or something. But like, it was literally like you just jump into the water and your head you just jump in. You can't move your arms at all. You just jump in, and whoever floats the furthest wins. In like
Shut the
like
fuck
60
up.
seconds. You have 60 seconds,
Okay.
and whoever floats.
I need
A
to
lot
see
of these
this.
sound like things you just did at the pool when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Is there one where
Yeah.
your uncle throws quarters into the deep end and you see how many you could come back up with? Is there a hold your breath
Yes, and
competition?
your uncle just-
What about the washing machine off?
That one's called babysitting.
Welcome to Marco Polo.
Marco Polo would be amazing.
Yeah.
I would watch Marco Polo.
And
in
he's
the
got him. He's
Olympics.
got him with the fish out of water. He got him with the fish out of water.
Yeah, no, it's fascinating.
Wow.
It was like, and then they stopped doing it because they said you didn't have to be athletic enough. And I'm like, yeah, like that's the fun part.
That's the best. That's
You
what
could
we
just
want
be
to
a
see.
big guy and like the motion of the wave and like your big
That
body.
is
Mhm.
the fucking greatest.
Yeah.
It really is.
Come on.
The plunge.
Plunge. Gosh, he's
I
really moving
mean-
quite far right now. Look at how far he's floating. Unbelievable distance. Quite a distance he's gone.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I don't know how we got
Wow.
on that
No,
from
great.
appendicitis.
Well,
I
no,
mean-
yeah. I don't either, actually.
I don't know.
But what an event.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so
No, do not
while
apologize.
we were doing that, I figured out what the two events are. There's two events in the river.
Okay.
Swimming events. Triathlon
Ugh.
and marathon swimming.
Ew.
So it is an
Best.
endless time in the toilet water.
That is the best.
It seems like is it too late for them to bring in those pools that just like shoot those like mini pools that you
Yeah,
like,
the mini pool.
that you just swim
Like
in your backyard?
A lap pool, yeah.
lap
By the way, those had a good 5-year run where I was like, that's pretty cool. And then I was like, actually, wait, that's like trout farming.
Man.
Swimming in the river there has been illegal for 100 years.
Oh, they said it's like filthy, and then their plan was to clean it up, and then like as they were on the French were just like, you
Yeah.
like challenging us?
They're gonna have to. I bet they have to move it because like they're doing surfing in I think Tahiti, like
Yeah,
one of those
it's
French
terrible.
republic,
They-
like
they-
French.
And they built a huge stand on the reef, and it's bad.
Really?
Oh, that's
It's a
cool
bu-
though.
Yeah, it's a fucking bummer.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I support. I might be in the minority here, but I actually just.
I support destroying reefs. Yeah.
Yeah, reefs are such a good foundation for building
Yeah,
upon. It's
especially
like-
Keanu Reeves. He is like the one that you should.
I love.
A lot of people want to
love
destroy him. Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah. He's the only reef you like.
Oh, I love Keanu Reeves.
Mhm. Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa. I know. Yeah. I don't know.
All right,
It's
David.
gonna be a mess.
We're still
Marathon.
on the front page.
All
here.
right. Sorry.
Speaking of marathons, go
hilarious.
ahead.
I'm never gonna be invited back.
brides. No, you will. If only for your mother.
We're gonna have your mom on this one.
Yeah. Bride's odd gifts. Bologna sausage, cases
Sorry?
of beer, and garlic among guests' offerings.
Oh.
This is
Wow.
Irwin, Pennsylvania.
It seems like someone
is-
that does these are seems like people who don't believe this wedding should be happening.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
They're like, yeah, you know what
Hey,
I'm gonna
congratulations.
Yeah.
Here's 90 pounds of sausage.
Yeah.
Bologna sausage?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
the worst kind.
if I would love that as a gift.
Sarah, no. Sarah, don't do this.
Especially if it's grown on the elbow. If it's grown on the elbow, it's like my favorite.
That was his nickname, Old Bologna Sausage.
It's a wedding gift
God.
on your wedding night.
Hello. I made Spam delicious to you.
I also didn't know bologna. There was a bologna sausage.
I don't think there is anymore with good reason. I've never heard of it either.
They probably just changed the name, but it's still the same.
Yes.
Stuff.
You know, we're thinking of like horrible, like Oscar Mayer ruined bologna. There's probably like a nice bologna where, you know, like some Italian guy was like, each a part of it, you know, and now we're just like, you mean that stuff in plastic?
Oh, I love bologna at a Jewish deli. I always order bologna sandwiches at a Jewish deli. I don't know why, but they're just like fresh bologna. It's pretty good.
Dave?
I don't eat the tusk of the bologna, but like I do. I definitely like.
Sarah. Okay, listen. We need to.
Anyway.
We gotta. No. At some point, off air. We need to have a tusk talk.
By the way, it's raining so hard in Germany that they've stopped the soccer match.
Oh, really?
I've never heard of that.
But they stopped? Wow, they don't ever stop.
Yeah. No, they don't. But it's like, it's crazy. There's
They
like
must be
waterfalls.
stopped, is how
There's
it
like
is.
waterfalls pouring off the top of the stage.
Wee. And like, what's the other gifts then? There was like bologna sausage, garlic.
Well, I'm gonna read it all
go
out.
ahead.
360 cases of beer. Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Great.
5 full barrels of beer.
Great.
25.
I like that the second one's also beer.
Yeah. 25 gallons of liquor.
Wow.
100 cases of pop. And then here, this is for Sarah. 350 pounds of bologna.
This sounds like a Tuesday at Blake Shelton's house. You know what I mean? Like
oh my
25
God.
barrels of beer. Like, oh my God, you're like Uber Eats ordering.
Hey guys,
a lot.
get into that bologna. Get into that bologna. We're good, Blake. Trust me,
I got
bologna.
like 350 pounds in there.
Yeah.
How about
Don't
it?
eat it all.
Wow.
That's whenever you
save me a little bit of the bologna, Blake.
That's whenever you go, you're like, I can't go over to Sarah's anymore. Every time I go there, she hands me a giant bologna when I leave.
Well, you can't go away empty-handed. I'm Southern. I don't believe in not sending you home with something. This is fascinating. So this is just what the bride got? What did the groom get?
I assume
a bag of potato chips.
Yeah. He got a Cuisinart.
Yeah. A bread maker.
I love it. That would be great.
Yeah.
Role reversal.
Oh, by the way, the bologna is garlic flavored.
Oh, fuck me. Now, see, that is, I think Sarah enjoyed that. To me, if you're going to be fucking forcing 400 pounds of bologna on people, go original. You don't want to be turning anyone off with the flavors.
Well, I don't think in 1916 they had hickory smoked turkey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still, a garlic bologna? Hey, guess who's not getting laid at this wedding? Everyone.
At least it's not that one that had like the pimentos in it. Remember those
that's true.
meats that used to have?
Yes.
Yeah, that was always weird.
Yeah. They stopped that because we were like, we
Don't.
can't.
That's not real.
We have no standards and no.
Okay, keep going, Dave.
So they also got 500 pounds of meat,
General.
1,200 buns, and 1,000 loaves of bread.
Is this how Jersey Mike
But
starts?
they did not get a refrigerator.
No, they did not.
Hurry up, guys.
Or a bread box. Like,
I hope they have a
what do
big
you do with
house.
1,000
what do you do with
loaves
that?
of bread?
Do they own a
You gotta eat
restaurant?
it.
Was that like if they
I
owned a
don't know.
restaurant? Remember,
Even then, no. There's no justification that this is okay.
I don't know
Unless
though.
one of them is like a Sasquatch.
But we used to. I always encourage people when they're getting married. I used to DJ like weddings and when I first moved here, and
Right.
I did this one event that was a stock the bar party for the wedding. So people just came and brought tons of booze and alcohol. And then that's what they used at their wedding to serve to all the guests.
That's a great idea.
And I was like,
that's a great idea.
Thank you. And so I would always.
Well, it wasn't yours,
it wasn't mine, but I stole it. And I'm
it seems like you really took credit for but I still think.
But now I'm now telling you so that you can use it.
Okay.
So I'm relaying the information. How about that?
It's called paying it forward, Gareth.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry.
And if you're not nicer to me, I will challenge you to a duel, and I will win.
Okay.
Because I have a musket and baloney that shoots
duel.
baloney.
Yes, a baloney musket.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, this sounds like either they're alcoholic or maybe they're Irish. Are they Irish?
No,
I think it's a TLC show.
It's just like, this will get them through their honeymoon if they're Irish.
This is
not necessarily. We've actually run out of bologna on the trap. We're out of it finally.
This is clearly like Polish or German.
Yeah.
They're the sausage people.
Yeah. Bologna sausage.
Yeah.
I would.
Okay.
But this is for the wedding or.
Yeah. Wedding. It's the wedding festivity. Okay. $965 were chipped in by guests for a goodwill offering.
Tums.
The wedding festivity lasted 3 days.
Yeah, it did. And at the end, they needed more booze.
Day 3 bologna.
Oh.
No, you fry it up. You got to fry up your bologna.
Yeah.
Fried bologna.
No.
You never had a fried bologna sandwich?
Stop it. I'm not going to take this badgering. I've had fried bologna. I support fried bologna. But day 1 fried bologna.
You need fried bologna sandwich with some like Frank's Red Hot sauce. And then you put it on
hadn't
bread.
even been invented yet. Frank hadn't even been born.
I think hot sauce had been born.
Wrong,
your kid's pretty lucky, right? You make him good stuff.
Yeah, I make him good stuff.
Yeah.
He won't eat bologna.
Yeah.
He won't even eat turkey.
He won't eat bologna?
No, he won't eat turkey.
No, my kid wouldn't eat turkey.
Yeah,
either.
not yet. He's like not there yet.
I got my boy to eat human.
Okay.
I took out a piece of my own thigh and cooked it for him.
No.
The boy loves leg. Dad's leg.
Peter Popovich,
What?
age 30 years of Hantown, and Annie Albrecht, age 16 years. God damn it.
Wait,
Gee,
what was the first
always.
age? 36?
We don't want to
30.
relive it.
30.
He's 30, she's 16.
Sure. This is legal in the 60s. Yeah.
He met her on Snapchat. He's a comedian. We've heard it before.
Yes, she's deaf and dumb from the war.
Yeah.
Following the wedding, the bridegroom rented a dance hall in Hantown, hired 2 bands, laid in supplies for the occasion, and chartered 16 automobiles to accommodate the guests. At the conclusion of the festivities, the bride was almost exhausted due to dancing almost continually since the inauguration of the celebration. Plus, she was horrified.
And clearly drunk. I
like,
guess you're allowed to drink once you're married, right? Even if you're 16.
Well, I think when you're marrying a 30-year-old that's 16, you're not getting carded anymore. People are like, you do whatever you like.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean...
But 3 days, that's what all the booze was for then. And so,
It
like,
does
you're
sound like
giving
if a
16-year-old that much booze as a gift.
Yeah.
It sounds like how a 16-year-old would plan a wedding. I don't know, bologna and beer.
It does.
What did we do?
Well, yep. 3 days. I'd be tired too. So she never stopped dancing. Yeah.
No.
Never. It's like a rave to her.
No. All right.
Electric current frightens shavers and house cleaners.
Shavers.
This is also from... Yeah.
Are we still talking about
like
swimmers?
barber shavers?
Olympics.
Is that are you doing a Manscaped ad? Because stop doing this sort of guerrilla marketing.
I think we're talking about
The old-timey
shavers and what?
House cleaners.
House cleaner.
So I think this is their way of saying men and women.
Yeah, right?
Oh. Wow.
Sure.
Men were afraid to shave in McAdoo because of a scare created through the grounding of the Lehigh Traction Company's feed wires, which sent currents through water mains into the houses, some of which were set on fire.
Holy
The
shit.
houses were set on fire from the electric?
Through water.
From the water? Oh, that's
Yeah,
a lot
They made water fires?
That's a lot
they
of
electrocuted the
metal.
water.
You know, Florida is like the state that, you know, we all kind of are like, we revile you. And then every now and then they're just hitting home runs. Just fucking fire water coming out of your tap, burning your house down.
Isn't that what was happening in Michigan? Like you could light it on fire?
Well, that was because that was different. That was because the governor decided to make a bold switch to river water, and we've never regretted it.
We've never regretted it.
Never once.
Or is it?
That's why they call it Flint, because it's so fiery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good call.
I mean,
so they were worried that they were going to put their shaver under the water and then shave themselves, and then it would cause a spark. And
yeah, I think they were just worried they were going to die from the water.
Well,
yes,
but not.
I mean, it's sort of such a casual way they're saying this that it's like, wait, what?
Shavers.
So barbers stood on rubber mats and handled their steel implements and wore overshoes in dread of a recurrence of the trouble.
Okay, so barbers were afraid that they were going to cut people's necks because of the water.
No, I think they were
shock.
scared they were going to get electrocuted to death.
Oh,
from the water that they were using in the
water.
sinks.
Right, in the sink. So
And then house cleaners, maids.
Oh, okay. Women quit house cleaning because they feared their vacuum cleaners might become charged with currents.
Wow.
This sounds like just a lot of laziness.
Yeah, this sounds like the satanic panic. You know what I mean?
Doesn't it?
Because this sounds like somebody said, like, you know what? It's probably from all them vacuum cleaners that these houses catching on fire. If I was somebody that had to clean houses forever, I'd probably say that's my boss too.
It's a safety thing.
I think I just can't do it because
for my safety. By the way, I'm looking at my first picture of an overshoe, and I am in.
Of a barber? A barber's overshoe?
I don't know if it's a overshoe, just like a weird rubber shoe to go over your shoe.
Barber's overshoe? All right, I'll look it up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Feels like there's always an electric current in something, right? You know, when you get shocked.
Not Biden. I'll stop.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
So get me one of those.
Okay.
Put it in your cart.
Sure. I'll get it for you when we throw you a surprise birthday party.
Bring the bologna.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the story.
Okay.
We don't get anything else. Sorry, but I want more because this is fascinating that
Sure.
houses were set on fire.
Yep. So a pastor's tie goes away. Way more dedicated to that than fire water.
Well, I will say the fire water was on the bottom of the page, but
that's kind of my note.
Was at the top.
That's kind of my
page.
note.
Yeah. So they definitely gave it more.
Where was that happening?
Bigger deal.
What?
That was the fire thing was in McAdoo, Pennsylvania.
Oh my goodness. So Pennsylvania and London, Omaha, and Florida.
Yeah, we're all over the place. Now we're going to do Los Angeles.
Finally.
This headline is Will Open Coffin Daily.
Sure. Will open coffin.
Every day for 2 months. The caretaker of Forest Lawn Cemetery will open the coffin containing the body of William Kipp, retired Los Angeles capitalist. This ceremony will take place in accordance with the will of Mr. Kipp, who was haunted by a fear of premature burial.
I understand.
Hold on. No, you don't. Kipp committed suicide by shooting himself.
Cool. Kip wanted an article written about himself.
So this guy has to open a coffin to look at a blown up head every day for 2 months.
Because Kip was worried he would survive and be buried alive, even though he took his own life.
That's right.
So he definitely wanted. He had this guy definitely wanted to kill himself. He was like, I don't want there to be any.
Yeah.
I don't want to be recovered. So just.
It also just might. I mean,
I guess you would.
You don't sometimes. You're not that premeditated on your decision to end it all. So you could see that he was like, "I want to be really careful," and then like ended it all, and then like he's in Forest Lawn, and the guy's like, "Oh no."
I feel like a better way to die would be to drink 25 barrels of beer.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a way more fun way.
Or you could OD on 300 pounds of sausage.
I did like that they had 16 vehicles for the guests so that they weren't driving around in this state.
It is a good party that happened. There's no doubt that would be a fun
These
way.
were dueling parties, and I think we figured out which one was the more fun.
Once you could get over the illegalities of the marriage, let her rip.
I mean,
but the indigestion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was this new one? Oh yeah, a casket. Yeah, I would.
You should get. They should have given 500 pounds of Tums.
Yeah,
that's right.
It must be so hard to work at a cemetery. Like every time I pass Forest Lawn, I'm always like, "Wow, this is so beautiful." Like it's just like so green and gorgeous. Yeah. And then you'll see a tent set up and all these people, and you're like, "Oh yeah, that's like that's the."
I have no problem going over to that area and being like, "Just gorgeous days." What a lovely day. How great is today? Beautiful.
Yeah, I know. And then, they show movies in cemeteries out here. It's not like...
Yeah, the Hollywood Cemetery they showed.
But like having to open a casket, it's like...
That's
not what you signed up for. Like that's what the mortician is supposed to do, right? Not that...
Maybe they called it a cask kip. Is that possible? Shut up, Dave.
I would just say I did it and not do it.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. I kept cracking it open. He's dead.
It's true.
Like once you do it once, you're like, okay, so his head's off.
I mean,
like he's not.
The friends of the people who knew about this had the chance to do the funniest thing ever.
Oh, yeah.
They really missed an opportunity to not take their friend out of the casket. So the next day the guy comes by.
Can we look at him again just to make sure?
And he opens it up and then it's gone.
There's a note.
Yes.
I think Dear John does.
Said, gone to swim in the Seine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Have you ever seen the video of the
best
Irish guy who has a recording in the casket and then they lower it down and then his voice comes?
Help me! There's been a great mistake. I've been buried alive.
No.
Oh my God, it's so great. And then, everyone just starts laughing.
Everyone's laughing.
It just goes on and on. Just like so good.
It's a good bit.
That's a good bit.
So
That's a fun bit. I've seen those funerals where there's like, it's like an open casket and then like hot, sexy women are like dancing down the aisle for this, like a celebration of life.
Or like when people take like selfies, like, oh man, you're like, not now.
Casket selfies.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know why they don't use local news on the front page. Because here's some local news. New mail carrier. Beginning today, the mail, which has been carried by a William driver to Effers, Port Richey, and other points, is to be carried by Walter Grable in an auto.
So, you got your complaints.
There
Take them to Walter.
Yeah,
that's right.
And mail was a big deal.
Walter.
If you
messed
up the mail, remember?
Oh yeah,
you would know your mail. I mean, I guess I know my mail carrier. When there's a new mail carrier at my house, I'm like, oh, interesting.
Yeah,
I am at that age. I'm like, oh, whoa, what happened to Steve? Is Steve off today?
I absolutely am the same way.
Like you're like,
what's going on?
Weirdos.
What's up with? So no Jeff today?
No Jeff today. I mean, yeah, mail was also just so important back in 1916. Like,
oh God,
when you got a letter,
everything, yeah.
Oh, it's crazy.
And there's no junk mail, right? Yet.
I don't know when that started.
No, we didn't really have junk mail. We didn't have junk mail even.
The first guy to come up with that is like, honey, well, I've got some exciting news. I've been chosen. Really? Oh, yeah. Things are about to go different for us.
Yeah, I mean, what a great pitch for Shark Tank, Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
junk mail.
All right, last story, and it's out of San Jose, California.
Okay.
This alligator can bark if Californians tell truth.
Well, I think they're lying.
There's a lot wrong because there's no alligators here, so
This
Well, they might have been on holiday.
alligator can bark okay. So they've never seen an alligator.
Or
I guess not.
they just think or a dog.
Yeah, but that'd be amazing if alligators.
He
could
must
bark,
smell
though.
my alligator. That's a good
You
boy.
must smell my alligator. That's good. That's funny.
A strange freak of nature, which some believe to be a young alligator and others say cannot be classified under that head, has been captured in Soap Lake near Gilroy by Leland Holloway.
Okay.
Isn't Gilroy up where they make the garlic? That's not. Oh, San
Gilroy's
Jose.
the garlic festival.
I was thinking San
Gilroy's
Diego.
where they have the garlic.
Yeah. Gilroy.
That's the garlic festival. Yeah, it's probably an hour away.
Great
from
wedding
San Jose.
gift, by
it's
the
farm
way.
country.
You pick some up on your way to your wedding.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
just what every young lady wants for her wedding gift is I'd say about 800 pounds of garlic.
Yeah.
We invited Van Helsing.
For the honeymoon. Just no toothpaste, just garlic.
I do a garlic moon.
Okay, so they're in San Jose, they're in Gilroy.
So they caught it. When handled or otherwise aroused, the thing emits a sound which is declared to be
I'm going to jerk off this dog alligator. Get it? Have it focus. It really loves this. Oh, there we go. That's a good boy.
Yeah.
This is, hey, I'll tell you what, if you told me today that I was going to be jerking off a barking alligator, I'd have been like, nope.
It emits a sound which is declared to be a cross between a bark and a grunt.
Okay.
It's just...
Oh.
Dave? No.
Holloway will take the freak to the universe.
Jesus Christ. Tossing it around.
It is a freak. That's the exact appropriate term for what we're dealing with.
Sell it to the carnival.
Yep.
Poor thing.
So Gilroy
It's probably a
Gardens.
guy.
That's how Gilroy Gardens
Probably some
started. They
guy.
had a barking alligator, and then they built rides around it. Very much. It's very similar to how Knott's Berry Farm started as just a berry stand. And you just have to have one thing to rope people in.
Yeah.
And then
No,
a
just
whole
swing for the
business,
fences.
a whole
Absolutely.
business grows around it.
That's right.
Come for the garlic, but see our freak.
Wow, what a
Stay
weird
for the
farm.
freak. Yeah, weird farm. Okay.
So they're going to take him to the University of California, where he will ask that an attempt be made to classify it. It is thought to be a hybrid originating in a cross between an alligator and some other animal. The old
Dog.
alligator is believed to have been discarded by some passing circus.
Wow, that circus had some high fucking standards. We're gonna have to let you go, dog alligator.
That's not what a mystery that I now need to know what happened with the
I really want to
alligator.
know what this animal was, because I'm like, I don't think anything like kimono dragons or anything, they don't bark, do they? They don't.
Oh, sure they do.
Oh.
They
They
fetch, they
hiss?
bark. They do a whole thing.
Sure.
Hind legs, put a little bone on their
Yes.
nose. They wait for you.
Yes. They marry Jon Snow. Yeah, they have like a whole. Jack. I don't know. Like, makes me wonder if it's like a seal. I'm like, what is this? They bark.
Thrown out some good guesses.
It's such a crazy story. Like, I mean, maybe someone did throw an alligator in the
What was that?
lake.
What was that Emma Stone movie that was from the Oscars where they were like breeding
Oh, barking gators.
barking
No,
gators?
I think you're making that one up, Dave. Was it like tiny little pieces or something like that? Wasn't that what it was?
Yeah,
Pretty Woman. God, that took forever.
Yes, that also changed parts around. Yeah. But that was the part of the movie was like her dad was like, creating like
Willem Dafoe,
pig
he was
dogs.
the weird poor things.
Poor things. There you go. That's
So
like,
close.
it makes me think of Poor Things.
Yes, I agree.
Poor Things.
Dave, have you seen Poor Things?
I have not seen Poor Things.
All right. Well,
Well.
someone's the odd person out. We laugh at you, Dave, because you're different than us.
Yes.
Didn't care about you.
Whatever.
Well, listen, that is the end, Sarah. I think it's safe to say the 50,000 is going to stay in-house this episode, but we'd love to have you back on to try to win it next time. We do have it. A lot of people are just like, do you have the prize? We have it.
do.
We definitely have it.
Okay.
We're just, waiting for the, someone's got to beat us. And you came close.
I must have lost it when I had a different mail carrier.
That's
the
true.
notification must have been. I must have missed
Right.
it.
Yeah. So talk to that person.
Yeah. The check is in the mail. Yeah.
Without question. People should follow you, Sarah Tiana, at Sarah Tiana on social media. And when can they watch your Olympics show?
The Olympics, I believe, start on the 26th is the opening ceremony. So it's going to be Kevin Hart and Kenan Thompson hosting.
Anyone we might have heard of?
No, just those two. I don't know. It's a real bummer.
Maybe try to get a name. I think that helps.
Yeah. It'll be on Peacock, where a lot of Olympic footage will be. But I'll have lots of funny jokes in there.
Okay.
Well, you always do, and we thank you for joining us on America's favorite old newspaper show, The Pastimes. Dave, why don't you send us off with the regular send-off you do?
Hey, thanks.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Some of these days you'll miss me, honey. Some of these days.
Oh, it's Gareth from the Dollop. You get it. Listen, Gareth Force calling on you. Bunch of new stand-up dates. Come join me. Chattanooga, Tennessee. That's right, Chattanooga, June 18th. Nashville, Tennessee, June 19th. Huntsville, Alabama, June 20th. Atlanta, Georgia, June 21st. That link will be up soon. Pottstown, Pennsylvania, back at Soul Joel's, June 26th. I will be in Providence, Rhode Island at the Comedy Connection, June 27th. That link will come soon. And I'll be in Boston, Massachusetts, June 28th. I'll be in Springfield, Massachusetts, June 29th. And June 30th, I'll be at Comedy at the Carlson in Rochester, New York. Go to GarethReynolds.com for tickets and information. Like I said, Gareth Force, if you don't see a link, just hang in there. It's coming. Join me, please.
Woodley's Fine Furniture, specializing in handcrafted Colorado-made furniture, custom upholstery, solid wood, and the most comfortable leather furniture imaginable. You will not find better-built furniture in Colorado than at Woodley's. And how great is this? Woodley's has many designers on site who can help in-store or are available for an in-home design visit, complimentary. Woodley's design professionals are always eager to help with all your design needs. Visit woodleys.com and browse thousands of different furniture ideas.